Sniper Wolf out of the job?
Self-awareness has left the chat.
Not yet, but maybe if the headlines are true. Basically, a bill has been partially approved by the United States government to ban TikTok. We'll get into it. It's fucking dumb. I want to know what you guys think. I'm pretty excited about it, though, no matter what happens.
This vote just coming down in the House within the past hour or so. It was an overwhelmingly bipartisan vote. The final vote count coming in at 352 to 65. And because there was so much buy-in from both sides of the aisle, it could certainly influence how the Senate votes whenever this bill gets over to that side of Congress.
But back to Sniper Wolf. If it does get banned, I give her full explicit permission to react to my videos if she wants, of course. That's just up to her. I mean, I have no ill will, really. I haven't made that much content. I'm sure we could look past it. Maybe. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. When was the last time you thought about online privacy? I'm guessing probably never, because you're dumb. Just kidding. You're a viewer of Oompaville, which means you're smart. I Google myself on a daily basis because I'm incredibly narcissistic. And usually the things that I find are unsettling. All that stuff is gathered and sold by data brokers and scammers, and assholes are buying it. That is where today's sponsor, Aura, comes in. Longtime sponsor of the channel. And it is the service that I've been using to take control of my online life. Aura scans the web and gets stuff taken down on my behalf. Okay, you can take it down yourself, but Aura will do it on your behalf. Since using Aura, which I've been using for quite a long time, nearly an entire year now, my spam calls have reduced, and all of my information isn't as easily available to potential hackers. Aura also bundles antivirus, a VPN, password management, all of it into one affordable package that you can, gather up and strap on and support my channel if you click the link down below and protect yourself. It's pretty fucking awesome. It's like having a digital security guard that's always on duty. That's funny. I can't believe I just said that. Setting up Aura is an absolute breeze. You will not be disappointed if you use it. I like it, and it's comforting to know I have identity theft insurance among many other features brought to you by Aura, all without juggling multiple apps, etc., etc. I value my privacy. I know you guys do as well. So I've partnered with Aura today to offer you a 14-day free trial. Just click the link in the description or go to aura.com/Oompa. Just click the link in the description. It supports the videos heavily. We have a lot of stuff we're doing behind the scenes. Seriously, thank you to Aura for sponsoring the video, and thank you guys immensely for clicking these links and allowing this to be my job. I love you guys. Thank you. By the way, the TikTok ban is not a new thing. I feel like it's been happening every 6 months for the last couple years since the beginning of COVID.
Now to President Trump's threat to ban TikTok, the widely popular but Chinese-owned video sharing app, added fear that the link to China poses a security risk.
But this is absolutely the closest it's ever been to actually being a reality. Now, the real question is, will phones and devices that have TikTok on them eventually become incredibly valuable, similar to the way Flappy Bird works? Or worked after it was taken down off the App Store because the guy received death threats? Will Xi Jinping make it work like that? Will TikTok devices be worth a lot of money? Someone tell me, because I'll start amassing them, all right? I want to get ahead of the curve. I want to be like Nancy Pelosi and do some illegal insider trading to enrich myself at the expense of others. The fact of the matter is that this bill is advancing rapidly through the legislative branch of the United States of American government. This shitty bill was introduced March 5th as a bipartisan bill. That means it appeals to both sides. And more specifically, the bill was introduced by a Republican from Wisconsin and a Democrat from Illinois. A fella named Mike Gallagher and another fella named Raja Krishnamurthy. Okay, I think I said it right.
This is how we pronounce the name. Krishnamurthy.
Okay, I said it close. Close enough, I think. After being introduced initially as the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act by these two representative guys we just talked about on the House Select Committee on the CCP, it was unanimously approved by the House and the Energy and Commerce Committee.
Well, now I'm stuck in committee and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether they should let me be alone. I hope and pray that they will, but today I am still just a bill.
87% of our standing elected officials voted yes on this bill. That is fucking believable. And why? I'll get into it. Probably. The Energy and Commerce Committee has 51 different people in it, and they are between both sides of the political aisle. They're split, and they all voted to pass this bill.
Earlier today, we heard from members of the intelligence community about the dangers posed by applications like TikTok that are controlled by foreign adversaries and who are determined to exploit and weaponize Americans' data.
This unanimous vote by 51 waterheads occurred only 2 days after the bill was introduced. House committee unanimously supports forcing TikTok divestiture. Divestiture. We'll get into that, all right? We'll explain what that means eventually. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends on if I can feel like it, dude. The next step after the Energy and Commerce Committee was for this bill to go to the House of Representatives.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Most bills never even get this far. I hope they decide to report on me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm gonna live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
And that happened on Wednesday, the 13th of March, 2024. That was 2 days ago. And by the way, the vote was overwhelmingly in support of the bill. Oompaville. What? Pass the flying colors to the House. Okay, next is the Senate.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
So we'll have to wait and see how it proceeds there, and we'll see if potentially the Supreme Court strikes it down, which I believe they will because it's like freedom of speech or something like that. To me, this whole situation is fucking wild with how far and fast it's advancing. And why are they doing this?
Money.
Is it because it's ruining the minds of children? Is that what's happening? That's kind of what they're saying. They keep doing these fucking hearings in court with Jeff Bezos and all the other rich people. It's actually Mark Zuckerberg, I think the CEO of Discord, the CEO of Snapchat, and the CEO of, I think the CEO of TikTok's there, the Singaporean fella.
Senator, I'm Singaporean.
The whole thing's just been really entertaining. I'll digress to that. So why are they doing this though? It's to protect Americans, of course. If you go to congress.gov and search the name of the act, which is the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, we can go to the page for the bill and we can summarize what exactly it says for you.
This bill is not a ban, and it's not about TikTok, it's about ByteDance. ByteDance is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. In fact, the editor-in-chief of ByteDance is the secretary of the Chinese Communist Party cell embedded at the very highest ranks of the company.
Firstly, it's not really a ban per se on the app. It is a ban of foreign ownership for the app itself, and specifically foreign adversary ownership. In this case, China. It is pressuring ByteDance to divest or sell ownership to an American company. I believe Rumble wants to buy it, which is pretty awesome. But if they can't get ByteDance, which is controlled by the CCP, to divest the ownership of the company, then it will be a ban, and TikTok will no longer be a legal app to use or to be on app stores in the United States of America.
This particular bill ensures that ByteDance divests itself of the vast majority of the ownership of TikTok. Our intention is for TikTok to continue to operate, but not under the control of the Chinese Communist Party.
In my opinion, they're not going to sell, so we're gonna have to see what happens. I'm assuming it's gonna be up to the Supreme Court. The ban would prohibit the distribution, maintenance, or provision of internet hosting services for any apps controlled by foreign adversaries. Once again, this app being TikTok, and the foreign adversary being the Chinese government, the Chinese Communist Party. On top of all this, by the way, if you hadn't noticed, TikTok has been determined by the President of the United States of America to be a significant threat to national security. What the f does that mean? Hopefully we'll explain that in this video, maybe. Little fun fact too, the prohibitions of this act do not apply to apps that are primarily used for reviews. So if you have a product review app, you're fine. A business review app, you're fine. A travel information and review app, you're fine. How about you guys ban Temu? How about you ban f***ing Temu? How about, or Temu, whatever the f it is, ban that. That would be a net positive for the world, I feel like. People don't use freedom of speech on Temu. There's no like sort of right to be protected on Temu or Temu. as I like to call it, to make people mad. Just in case she's wondering, the Department of Justice can also investigate violations of the bill and enforce its provisions. The bill act, whatever you call it, I don't even care at this point, states that any entity in violation could be ordered to pay a civil penalty ranging from $500 per user to $5,000 per user within the United States borders. So 170 million Americans using the app, that time $5,000, that's a lot of money, motherfucker. You kind of understand what it prohibits and what exactly the bill does. Now we have to see what happens in the Senate and see if they can overcome that last hurdle and see if this bill becomes a real thing. And they do have the Domino's Pizza Tracker widget attached to the bill, just in case you were wondering. You can see at the bottom, introduced, passed House, passed Senate, to President, became law. Just in case you're an idiot, you can actually see how the legislative branch of the United States government works.
Now I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill.
And if it goes to the Senate, it goes to the president, who said he'd signed the bill already.
Do you still support banning TikTok? Would you sign that bill?
If they pass it, I'll sign it.
So it will almost certainly become law if the Senate does in fact vote in favor to pass it, which it seems like they probably will if the House is any indication as to what's going on in the Senate. I would say the Senate has, better voices in it, but it doesn't. It doesn't. There is not a single human being, albeit a few, okay, maybe like 10 people in the whole legislative branch of the government that actually represent the people of the United States of America. But anyways, back to Joe Biden. He wants to fucking ban, doesn't he use that, bro? He's always posted on there, that old decrepit. All these presidents are using it, man. What the fuck? This shit's moving so fast. Mudahar posted a video 5 days ago in which he said he's pretty sure it wouldn't get banned.
I'm pretty sure TikTok probably won't get banned, okay? There's a lot of money at play in this situation, and when it comes to legal things like this, it all usually gets settled out before the actual fireworks start exploding.
And then he posted a video 2 days ago saying that the TikTok ban is moving forward, which is a bruh moment.
Literally, it got passed. The bill that we were looking at a few days ago passed in the US House by a vote of 352 in favor and 65 in opposing.
So my initial thought on this whole thing was that they're trying to pass a bill to protect children, but no, there was already a Kids Online Safety Act that was introduced last year. It was a bipartisan bill. Nah, they didn't vote on it. It was flat. That was in May 2023. Never made it anywhere. It was initially aimed to minimize the harm that social media apps could have on children as a direct result of a Facebook data scientist whistleblowing and leaking internal files showing the negative effects of apps like Instagram and the way that those affect the mental health of children, which is a massive problem, by the way. A completely just ignored massive problem. The teen child suicide rates are insane. It is sick, and social media absolutely has something to do with it. But alas, that is not what TikTok bill is. That's not what this is. It's not about protecting people. This is about sticking it to a foreign adversary, I think. So what does TikTok think about this? Well, they responded. Congress is planning a total ban of TikTok. Speaking up now before your government strips 170 million Americans of their constitutional right of free expression. This will damage millions of businesses who destroy the livelihoods of countless creators across the country and deny artists an audience.
This morning, prior to our hearing, TikTok used its influence and power to force users to contact their representatives if they wanted to continue using TikTok. This is just a small taste of how the CCP weaponizes applications it controls to manipulate tens of millions of people to further their agenda.
TikTok not happy with this decision, obviously, clearly. They want to stop the TikTok shutdown. That little call button is an express call to Congress to just overwhelm them because they don't want it to get banned, I guess. I'm not sure how that, I don't even know how the fuck that's legal. 170 million people with a call button. Hello? I never got that. I'd call though. I love talking shit. Let me see if I'm getting it right now.
Let's learn John Mayer's Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. It's right.
No, just learning about the guitar, actually, because the app has genuine, valuable content on it.
Duetting this until this woman permanently destroys her lungs with toxic gas. So first we got ammonia-based toilet cleaner, okay? And that's bleach better. Okay, you've made mustard gas.
You're still f***ing doing this? I'm trans now. That's how much f***ing time has passed since I last ratioed you. Shut the f*** up.
The CEO of TikTok, colloquially known as Mr. Chew, expressed his distaste for the ban and stated he wanted to keep the app free and protected from outside manipulation.
Over the last few years, we have invested to keep your data safe and our platform free from outside manipulation. We have committed that we will continue to do so. We will continue to do all we can, including exercising our legal rights, to protect this amazing platform that we have built with you.
He's a Singaporean man. He's not Chinese, just in case you were wondering.
You said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Mr. Cotton, the whitest human being to have ever existed, was adamant on getting Mr. Chu, but he didn't budge, and it was cool. I like seeing it. Why is this a big deal? Why the fuck am I making a video about it? Well, for one, because I like making videos on my YouTube channel. Sometimes I don't like to talk that much about internet drama. This time happens to be a bit of internet drama and also real world stuff, which I don't know if you guys have noticed, been talking about a little bit more lately, okay? Been talking about a little bit more real world stuff. What are the reasons that they want this app gone? Should it be gone? What do you think? Down below. Do you think they should ban TikTok? Do you think the United States government is in the right here so far? Do you think that they're in the right? It seems like their reason for banning this app is that it is controlled by a foreign adversary, which we've made very, very, very clear. And that foreign adversary can alter the content of the app to like create psyops to affect our youth and people who have the app installed, which by the way is quite literally what we do. The CIA has been doing that for a very long time. Basically, our government doesn't like it when China controls an app that a lot of people use. That's what it seems like. On the app, by the way, which is banned in China, there is a lot of anti-Chinese stuff on that app. There's a lot of honest stuff. There's a lot of honest shit. Bohemian Grove, literal parts of movies. I see softcore. I see animals. I've learned so much shit from TikTok. There is genuinely a use for this app. If you can get your algorithm right, if you actually use it the way it's intended, and you say not interested when some shit is stupid, it is a pretty good app. Like it's better than Instagram Reels. You don't get to see people die all the time like on X. Overall, it's kind of the Wild West. You're seeing negatives about everybody, all the world leaders. There hasn't been any sort of one-sided thing that I've noticed on the app, aside from not being able to have any content about guns or large dildos. I have noticed that, which I'm upset about. So from what I can surmise, their reason for banning it is that they cannot control it. That scared the shit out of me. Why does that keep fucking happening? They can't control it. They don't want it. It has a lot of influence over the kids. They don't like that. They don't like that. They want back doors, etc. They want it to be owned by an American company, so the CIA can boot heel them and force them to psyop us, I guess. I don't fucking know. That's a little conspiratorial, to be honest, but it feels true. I mean, seems like it. Now time for my opinion. Can I say something now? Fuck. You guys won't let me talk, dude. I don't think it should be banned. Why? Because of the fucking First Amendment. Dude, are you shitting my dicker? Are you fucking kidding me? I love it when people say a bunch of crazy shit online. That's like that's like the whole thing that makes it cool. People say TikTok has done detrimental damage. In the 1960s, people used to say that rock and roll was the devil's music. What are you talking about? You're just making shit up because you can't control it. And it's like a powerful thing that you lack influence over. It's ridiculous. It's the devil! There are worse apps, in my opinion, that exist right now, like Instagram and X. I'm pro TikTok. I'm TikTok all day over those other two apps. But anyways, in my opinion as well, it will just be struck down by the Supreme Court, as it's happened before. The Supreme Court often tries to uphold the Constitution, and they like striking down unconstitutional laws, which is awesome. I do like that, guys. I like it when the Supreme Court comes together. I like it when the American people come together on something. Especially like it when all of the elected members of our Congress come together on doing something so useless, something so devoid of value for the people of America. One thing that's confusing about this to me, I'm trying to use logic in any sort of situation like this. There has to be a reason beyond just the foreign adversary thing, because there's always, some kind of unseen motive for doing something when it comes to government, because usually these people are purely motivated by incentive. There has to be an incentive. There's not an incentive to banning TikTok, right? Or is there? I don't really know. The last time they really talked about this heavily was in 2020 in another election year, and Trump wanted to ban or begin the divestment of TikTok. The rumor was that Microsoft would buy it, and now Biden is doing the exact same thing in another election year. I don't know, is it a coincidence? Are they trying to prevent ideas from being spread? I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of interesting stuff on TikTok though. Interesting stuff that's really been making me think. And it's strange because now Trump is against the TikTok ban. What the fuck? What this really makes clear though is that it's just a tool, right? It has nothing to do with us, the people. It has nothing to do with, you know, making the country better or providing any value to citizens or incentives to citizens like most bills and acts and amendments should. It's strategy, guys. Political strategy. Oh yeah, and they also say it's to protect American information from the Chinese government. They want to prevent the Chinese government from getting our information. What are they gonna do with it, dude? They're 7,000 miles away, bro. Another fucked up thing is they say this shit is for us and it's to protect the data of American citizens from the Chinese government, but it's not like actual protection of our data and privacy in a blanket sense of the phrase. It's just that they want it. The American government and our intelligence agencies can have it, but the Chinese government cannot have it. I think, honestly, I'd rather have the Chinese government have it. Because what the fuck are they gonna do with it? One thing that's interesting about the Chinese government is that they're pretty open with how much they fucking suck, and they're kind of consistently shitty in a public square. Our government, nah. Virtue signal all day, secret war all time, always. Clandestine, black op, kill whistleblower, protect corporate interests, or whatever. I don't fucking know. I'm a YouTuber. Do you guys trust the government, by the way? This is kind of probably a insane video for you to see on the Oompaville channel where I, you know, review memes or used to review memes and look at TikToks and shit and unbox stuff with my beautiful girlfriend. Kind of a weird thing to say. But anyways, do you guys trust anybody in the government? I mean, there's a fella from North Carolina, Representative Jeff Jackson, who has 2.4 million followers on TikTok. He posted a video after Congress voted to pass the TikTok ban. And the first thing that he says in the video is that he doesn't think TikTok is going to be banned.
I don't think TikTok is going to be banned. There was a bill to ban TikTok last year, but it didn't pass.
But he voted for the fucking bill, which will ban TikTok. If it passes, of course. He does say in the video that the intention of the bill is to force the sale of TikTok. So he genuinely believes that China will sell this cash cow just because of our corrupt government. Wow.
The bill that just passed the House was about telling TikTok they have to sell to another company. It hasn't passed the Senate, and I don't know if it will. If it does, TikTok will be sold for billions of dollars and will continue to operate.
That's awesome. Jackson, Democratic, North Carolina. Vote. At the rate it's going though, who knows if we'll be able to access TikTok, and who knows, by the time this video goes up, could already be banned. I'm not sure when the Senate is supposed to vote. I don't really know. I'd love to see your guys' thoughts. Do you think that the government should do things that are actually in the best interest of the people of the United States of America? Like, you know, I think they're democratically elected. I'm pretty sure we have a democracy. It's a bit of a republic, but we have no emperor. Well, we're supposed to elect people that are supposed to do our bidding because they are public representatives. We pay their taxes, we pay their bills, their salaries, so they can represent us, and maybe they are protecting us. I don't know. Do you want TikTok to sell to an American company? If so, which company? Comment down below. We'd be better off with a lot of things just completely removed in an ideal utopian world. That's just a bunch of mental masturbation though.